Hey, what's up guys, it's Renaldo here. So this video is going to focus on a company that really acts like a bitter ex. You know the type, the one that stalks you, that doesn't want to leave you alone, that harasses you, that talks cock about you, and eventually then just plainly spies on you to see if you've moved on in life. And of course I'm talking about Eskom, because most of South Africa has been in a very abusive relationship with Eskom since 2007, 2008, when load shedding started. And many people tried to break up with Eskom, saying we're going completely off grid, and they were successful. But there are still some that are grid tied, that are tied with their solar panels and some power from Eskom. Now, if you are one of those people, then I'm sorry to break it to you, but Eskom is spying on you, because they want you to register your solar panels, and they've got long terms and conditions that they want you to do in order to comply. And if you don't, then you're going to get a 6,500 Rand fine. Want to know what I'm talking about? Have a look at this. That's right. So Eskom using satellites to find households with unregistered solar power systems. That's amazing. South African households and businesses that have not registered their grid-tied solar power installations should be aware that Eskom is using satellites to identify properties with such systems. The power utility recently confirmed that it would use satellite imagery to find homes that have not registered their solar power systems in its small-scale embedded generation, also known as SSEG program. Solar panels must be exposed to the open sky to perform effectively, so unless their color and appearance match a roof, they are typically clearly distinguishable in satellite photos. Eskom has intensified its SSEG registration efforts since late 2024 after previously providing solar power installers with inconsistent information regarding these requirements. And it goes on and it goes on and it goes on, talking about fines, talking about whether or not the engineer, or the electrical engineer that should be registered with the Engineering Council of South Africa to sign off on these systems that cost a lot of money, etc. They just really going for it, and they're using satellite photos to track you. You can go and read this article on my broadband, but what I want to focus on is just the following. Now, it's quite clear that Eskom doesn't want to let go. A lot of people have spent a lot of money to put themselves in a position where their businesses don't fail, where they can provide electricity for their family, for themselves, and they've spent money. They haven't relied on Eskom to provide it for them. Now, they don't have enough money to go completely off grid, and hopefully they will eventually get there. But in the interim, they are now once again stuck in this abusive relationship. You would think that Eskom would come out and thank everybody that is doing everything in their power to take load off of the grid so that they don't cause load shedding. But instead of that, Eskom now wants to double down and firstly want you to register, and that means it's a lot more money because you have to use their certified electrical engineers rather than just getting it signed off through normal processes. And then of course there's the important aspect here, which is that they are spying on you. That's right, they're using satellite imagery to find you and then fine you. So it's find and fine. That is what they want to do. It is just absolutely absurd. It's like if Eskom was doing their utmost and, keeping us online and providing power 24/7, 365 days a year, then I can understand, that, hey, you need to register this. But the fact that they have been so inconsistent and randomly will just call for load shedding, and then it'll be here for a week, 2 weeks. Like I think 2 years ago, we had load shedding like non-stop for 3 weeks, uninterrupted load shedding. And now we've reached the point where they're getting cocky about it. Instead of just, keeping quiet and not going through the whole e-tolls system of trying to force you to do things, because we all know how the e-tolls thing ended up. Now Eskom is trying to do the same thing. Like, you don't have a clean slate. You are the reason that so many people have decided to go solar. Because trust me, it's far cheaper just to pay 1,000 Rand or 2,000 Rand a month for your Eskom bill than it is to pay hundreds of thousands of Rands for solar panels. But you have caused this, and now after you have caused this pain, you want to cause even more pain. Sit down and shut up, and rather focus on fixing what is in your own domain of fixing. And then after you've done that, then go after the people that have decided that they don't want to rely on you for electricity. It's just the typical South African way of doing things. Hey, the load is under pressure. Switch off your geysers, switch off your TV, switch off your kettles. And then people go, well, I don't want to do that. Okay, let me get solar panels so that I can just go on my own. And then when you do that, then they go, hey, even though you decided to use your own solar panels and now you can do what you want, you must still pay this and do that and register with us. Shut up. Shut up. You've literally had 18 years since 2007 when they started to fix this shit, and you haven't. And now you want to dictate to people what they should and should not do. Sit down and shut up. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to smash that like button. Please be sure to subscribe. And also please share this video far and wide. Let people know what Eskom is doing. They're literally spying on you. It's batshit crazy. Anyway, thank you so much. If you enjoy this channel, then please consider becoming a member. You can do so by clicking the join button below. And that's all I got to say. Eskom, shame on you. Till later. Cheers and peace out.
You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I went my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I went my massacre. My massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I went my massacre. My massacre.